So what was India's weapon of choice? In fact, there were multiple, and this is actually India's big strength that Pakistan lacks. Made in India weapons, made in Russia weapons. I'm telling you about all of these in one go. So I want to begin by first talking about the S-400 systems. Take a look at the world's most advanced air defense shield that India has, the S-400 system. And why is the S-400 perhaps the best long-range air defense systems in the world? It's better, arguably, and that's what those who use it say, better than America's Thwart system, the terminal high-altitude air defense system of America. So the S-400 system, as you can see, is road mobile. It's based on these vehicles that can quickly be moved from one area to another. One are these canisters, which have the missiles. The other is the command and control structure. And the third are those radars. So they scan multiple targets simultaneously up to 600 kilometers away and can destroy them up to 400 kilometers away. What are those targets that they can destroy? They can destroy an incoming aircraft. They can destroy an incoming cruise missile, a ballistic missile, an unmanned aerial vehicle. Multiple targets can be tracked 400 kilometers away. Targets can be destroyed. 160 targets can be shot and destroyed. 72 targets can be engaged simultaneously at various ranges. So this is an amazing system. No one in the world has better. India ordered 5 of these systems at a cost of 39,000 crore rupees. 3 have arrived. The other 2 hopefully should arrive soon. Let me now tell you about the Akash Indigenous Air Defense Missile Shield. Now it's a medium-range surface-to-air missile defense system. So we have the long-range LR SAMs, we have the MR SAMs, which is medium-range surface-to-air missile, and this has been developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, along with BDL, they've worked together on this. The ranges are between 45 kilometers to 70 kilometers. Again, they can engage multiple targets simultaneously, packed with explosives, and it has its own guidance system, which incidentally is made in India. Let me now tell you about the Zu-23 systems, the Shilka self-propelled system with 423mm autocannons. It has a radar. Again, this is made in India, and I want to tell you so much more about this system because it's been developed by India in a way that it can, and modified by India in such a way that it can take out threats up to 20 kilometers away. And the rapid speed of fire of ammunition, 4,000 rounds it can fire per minute, upgraded with proximity fuse ammunition, advanced fire control to take out even small drones, lethal for UAVs. It can take down a helicopter, an enemy helicopter that's coming in your way, and light armored units are using this. Let me also tell you about the L-70. That's a 40mm anti-aircraft gun. Again, modified domestically. It has radars and sensors, includes electro-optic and auto-tracking gear. Fires, can you imagine? 240 to 330 rounds per minute. Effective range, once again, up to 4 kilometers away. So some of these are much older weapons and systems, but they have been modified within the country. They can actually saturate the airspace with predictive firepower. So can any Pakistani drone or rocket or missile come into your country when you have this kind of system? And who better than my colleague Sandeep Unnithan to tell us more about this system by system right now on this special broadcast. Sandeep, tell us about this entire gamut, the entire gamut of India's air defense system. And Sandeep, it's all integrated.
Absolutely, Gaurav. It has what we call an integrated air defense command and control network that's controlled by the Indian Air Force. It has various weapons that you've just described in, arranged. It's a multi-tiered, system of weapons. It's arranged according to the engagement range of each system. So you have the short range, which starts with the IGLA M missile, which are shoulder-fired missiles that have a range of about 5 kilometers, and it goes to the medium-range missiles, which are the Akash, which are the Barak 8, which are Spider missiles, and then finally it goes on to the long-range missile capability, which is missiles that can target over 100 kilometers away. That's where the S-400 comes in. So it's a very complex network of all of these radars, systems, and missiles. We've integrated indigenous weapons, the indigenous guns, missiles, Israeli missiles, Russian missiles, all of this in this one fascinating air defense network that protects all of our vital areas, vital positions. And we saw some of that kick into action yesterday when Pakistan launched that massive barrage of drones. And the other aspect of this air defense network, Gaurav, is now given how high threat, the kind of threat level that we are facing with drones, you have a counter-UAS grid that's being set up. We saw the first mention of that yesterday in the press note where the Defense Ministry said that the counter-UAS drone system had shot down several incoming drones. And now this counter-UAS system uses hard kill and soft kill measures, the hard kill being fast-firing guns, the soft kill being jammers, electronic warfare systems that analyze the threat as it comes in and neutralizes them. So it's overall, it's a very complicated air defense network that we have set up, Gaurav, a very comprehensive, multi-layered, multi-channel air defense network that we've set up over several decades. And this is only going to get better, Gaurav.
And you know what's absolutely fascinating, Sandeep? It's not a single service operation. The Army can do it, the Air Force can do it, and they do it together in such a beautiful way. The Army for tactical operations and the Air Force for strategic operations, and yet so beautifully integrated. Like some of the stuff that's been that was taken down, the enemy drones that were coming in were taken down by the Zu-23s. These are, Second World War equipment, rapid fire, and they can just take down an incoming rocket or drone. It just shows the Army and the Air Force, they operate so well together.
Absolutely, Gaurav. In fact, the one interesting observation here is that in the era of drones and drone warfare, the gun, the anti-aircraft gun has made a remarkable comeback. And, weapons that you were talking of, like the Zu-23, the twin-barreled Soviet-built anti-aircraft cannon, the L-70, the venerable L-70 made during the Second World War in the 1940s, more than 80 years ago, that's come back into service, modernized, of course, by Bharat Electronics. And these are the frontline assets, frontline kinetic assets to bring down drones. Because these slow-moving drones, you don't want to engage them with your high-end, top-end missiles. You would want to use these fairly expendable, fairly inexpensive, fast-firing cannons, and which is what the military seems to have done. And the Army, Gaurav, as you were mentioning, the Army has its own air defense requirements. Some of it is integrated with the Indian Air Force. The Army operates the L-70 guns, of course, the Army Air Defense Corps. They have their own missiles, short and medium-range missiles, which are meant for either protecting vital areas, vital positions like, military installations, air bases and all that. And also, of course, for the strike formations,
the Tungushkas.
The Tungushkas, the Quadrats, these provide mobile air defense coverage for our strike corps and their associated formations. So it's a very interesting and a very complicated, integrated network of various air defense assets. And the interesting part, Gaurav, is that increasingly a lot of these assets are coming in from indigenous sources. You have the Akash and its variants. You have the Akash new generation, next generation. You have the VSHORAD that's coming into service now, and many other such systems. You have the QR SAM, the quick reaction SAM, the Barak 8, which is an Israeli system, but which is built with in a joint venture with India. That's also being indigenized. So what you're looking at is overall a huge investment in air defense networks, air defense coverage, radars, missiles, sensors, and of course, counter-UAS, counter-drone systems, Gaurav.
Okay, I want to bring in Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor into this conversation. And Air Marshal Kapoor, this is absolutely spellbinding, the manner in which Pakistan sent in 400 rockets, missiles, drones. We are told some was just to test our air defense systems. And the manner in which all the way from Leh to Sir Creek on the map of India, I want to show you that vast expanse. So 3,500 kilometers approximately of the international border, 770 kilometers of the line of control, and then 110 kilometers of the actual ground position line. We are dominating all over. Air Marshal, your appreciation of the manner in which the strike package came and how that strike of Pakistan failed.
See, Gaurav, there are two things. One, I've been telling on your program, the Chinese weapons have never been utilized. So Chinese would be seeing the performance of their JF-17s, J-10, the missiles, air-to-air missiles, some pictures they showed this morning.
The PL-15s air-to-air missiles.
They are wanting to see how they are performing, to make changes, because in the end, they have to fight against the Western platforms if they have to do something in Taiwan or some area. So this is a testing ground for Chinese too. The Chinese equipment, the aeroplanes have never been utilized in any campaign till now. This is the first time in the history. So these drones, which may be mainly of Chinese origin, would be sent in swarms to see two, three things. One, their feasibility, how they are able to penetrate our air defense systems, how well, and the location of our, it's a cheap way to find where our sensors are. Because they send a swarm, our radars open up, so this gives our location. So this is another way, because, so what in my appreciation would have happened is that we have not fired as many missiles, and we have taken them through electronic warfare means, wherein we actually have not dispensed with weapons. Now, I told in the program in the morning also, for the benefit of the viewers who are watching now, the big shield, like just say in a game of rugby, there is 2-3 guys who are standing behind and guarding the whole thing, is S-400.
Yes.
So S-400 is the main thing which is preventing them to come this side, because
that's our Sudarshan Chakra.
Yes, Sudarshan Chakra in 2021, against all odds, against the government, the oppositions saying that we can build hospitals with this, we can build highways with this. The 15 cities that have been protected 2 nights before is because of S-400s. Because we have integrated with our DRDO, our weapons and our sensors, and integration with the army equipment. So all this is paying dividend now. So there is absolute integration in the border between the Air Force and the army.